So I wanted to make a map board of all the places that I had been in the past couple years, all the places that I visited. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of scrap wood back here, so I decided to just use that. The board I ended up using was this big white one. It actually was used to hold the blinds outside of my windows, or on the inside of my windows here, I guess, in my apartment. It's kind of a crappy board, but it was just a big long board that I figured I could use. I didn't want to throw it out, so I had been saving it for a couple months. So this was a cause of great annoyance here. So I was trying to use this little trim router with a straight bit to make this rabbet, because I don't have a rabbeting bit. And as you can see, the router bit was dull, and I was trying to use the edge guide, and it was pretty darn terrible. So then I finally just went out and bought myself an actual real router with a real rabbeting bit, and this was my first experience really using the router, a real router, and it was so much better. It was so smooth, and the result was great. And as the channel states, I build all of this stuff in my apartment, and routers create a lot of dust. You can see my little dust shroud there. Now when I painted, I put some craft paper down to keep paint off of my workbench, which I haven't done a great job in the past, but I wanted to fix that. So I went into this box of screws. All these screws in here and everything are all stuff that I got at a thrift store, which is pretty awesome. Sorry for the crappy lighting. So I just decided to make some little stands that I could hold things on while I paint them to keep them elevated. So I just used some scrap wood that I had around with these. And you can see how they go together. I put some hot glue in there to keep them from coming out later. So you can see I made a whole bunch of them. I probably made about 20 of them or so, and they've worked out really well. Because I was using miters, I know it's not the strongest joint, and obviously I'm not going to make I didn't make a slot to hold any wedges, so I just decided to cheat. And this was just something cheap and quick. So I just decided to chisel away where the paint is, and then just glue a 1/4-inch piece of plywood there, so I could have some face grain to face grain glue contact. So these poster boards are poster boards that I got out of the garbage. Which if there's a theme, it's all of I'm using recycled material for all of this. They had I don't know what they had some stuff on them about projects and different things like that. So I just took them out of the garbage. I probably had them in my apartment for about I don't know 2.5 years or so before I finally decided to use it. And the crease there, you really can't tell. You can't tell that there's a crease in there now, especially when I spray painted the outsides or the corners black to hide any of the problems. And then I just used some spray adhesive to glue it down. I put some blue tape on the other side to hold it, and then did the opposite. Did the opposite there. So this was the inkjet inkjet transfer thing, which I didn't get a good enough. I didn't hold the paper well enough when I went down, and it got kind of smudgy. But it turned out okay, and that's kind of the key for what you'll see in a little bit. So the key is there's one spot for band. This was for college. So every place that I went to while I was in band or involved in music, and then when I went on vacation, and then what I did for work. So you can see I travel a lot in the Southeast and on the East Coast, and a little bit on the West Coast, but I think I need to do a little more travel in the Midwest. Thanks for watching.